I think my favorite thing about being an American in Canada is that there is no depth to how stupid you feel we are capable of being.
What do we have here? A little Tom Segura. This one is a joke or from a special called Everybody Has One Stupid Person. Every family has one stupid person. I think I probably have a couple. I'm Krizz Kaliko, and this is Krizz Kaliko on YouTube. Let's go. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, man. Let's get to it. Tom Segura is his name. I've seen him on a couple of podcasts. I know he's a super icon. I know he's really big, but I haven't looked at a lot of his comedy. I've seen him on some podcast with the other dude that keeps his shirt off that got a big beard. I don't remember his name, but anyway, let's get to it, man. Every family has at least one stupid person.
I think my favorite thing about being an American in Canada is that there is no depth to how stupid you feel we are capable of being.
You know they think this about us.
Yeah.
But everybody loves us at the
Anything
same
is
time.
possible as long as we end our sentence with, "Oh, I'm American." And you're like, "Oh, yeah. Well,
Right.
yeah, you're the dumbest person in life. Yeah. Like, I could be like, "I didn't know you guys have electricity." And you'd be like, "What, are you out of your mind?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm American." And you're like, "Oh, yeah, that's totally reasonable." Yeah. You're like,
I can see it.
I feel like every family has at least one profoundly stupid person in the family.
I got three names in my
Talk
head
amongst
right
yourselves. Even really successful families. Like, you ever meet a family where it's like a doctor married a lawyer, and they're like, our 3 kids went to Harvard and Yale and Princeton, and you're like, yeah, but you have 4 kids.
4 kids, yeah. I knew he was going to say that.
And they're like, yeah, he's out back. What's he doing? Just trying to figure shit out.
Right.
What kind of shit? Like, don't stare at the sun? Shit like that? Don't you have somebody that you call, like, just to feel smarter? You don't have somebody like that? Like, you're having a really bad day, you're like, oh man, today sucks. I'm gonna call my cousin Brian.
Yep.
That's not your cousin, Brian. I'm talking about my cousin Brian. If you guys are like, I don't have a cousin Brian, I was talking about my cousin. I called him a few weeks ago, and I was like, what's up? And he goes, just putting together a list of the smartest animals. And I was like, oh, yeah, well, just sure.
Yeah, why not?
For your research. I get it, yeah. He's like, I got it down to the top 3 smartest animals. It's dolphins, elephants, and wolves. And he goes, which do you think is the smartest? And I was like, well, I mean, I don't know about those. I just know that humans, we're the smartest animal of all. We're the most sophisticated. And he said, what makes you say that?
Nice.
Highways? Open heart surgery? Shit that dolphins don't do? Are we really going to argue this one out?
Right.
Plus we have...
Because people will say that. People will be talking. I've had people... We think the earth is flat. I ain't going to start this argument with y'all, but some people think the earth is flat. I don't know what it is, whether it is or not, but I don't know. I'm going to leave it alone. Let me leave it comedy.
Are we really going to argue this one out? Plus we have thumbs. He's also one of these guys, like, if we go out to eat, every time we go out to eat, if I order first, if I go, yeah, let me get the teriyaki chicken, he'll be like, ah, man, that's what I was going to get. You still can.
Right.
Because we're at a restaurant. I didn't order the last one.
You're right.
Yeah, but then we'll both be eating the same thing. You know what I mean? No, I don't know what you mean.
No.
Because I'm eating it, and then you're eating it, and it's weird. No, you're weird. It's
Period.
not weird at all. It's weird if I go, I'm going to propose to Christy, and then you go, I'm going to propose to Christy too. That's weird.
Right.
Then we have to have a conversation. Like, what are we going to eat at the wedding?
Nice.
Teriyaki chicken? I don't know.
I like how he brought the joke back around to the teriyaki chicken. really smart comedians can do. I know there's a term for that. There's some type of term or phrase for bringing the joke back around and making 2-3 jokes tie together. I know somebody's made up a phrase for this. I don't know what it is, though.
People ask me all the time, because I travel so much. I travel almost every week, and people will ask me, they'll be like, oh, is there something you observe, like, about everybody? Like, is there something that stands out about everywhere, you know? And I think there is. I think there's one singular observation, and that is that everybody just wants to connect. It doesn't matter where you go or what language you speak, people just want to connect. And you know when you have chemistry with somebody. You know if you're like, I want to hang out with this person, or I want to date this person, or I want to harness this person to the bottom of my big rig and drive them around for a while and bury them 18 miles west of Lake Worth, and when I drive by, I'll get a boner. We all have these thoughts.
Oh, wow.
Right? Everybody gets murder boners, not just me.
Murder boners. Murder boners is I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
Sometimes there's nothing there and people try to force a connection. I think that's rude. You know, like I was checking in at the airport to come here, and the lady behind the counter goes, where are you going today? And I said, Montreal. And she goes, I have family in Vancouver. And I was like, what a coincidence. And she goes, yeah, they got a furniture store. And I was like, I like to sit on furniture.
What a coincidence.
We're 2 for 2. I have shoes on. Do you have shoes on? Do you like to walk around? We should party.
Right.
There's nothing there. Sometimes there's nothing there. You're not supposed to connect with everybody on the planet. That would be an absurd notion. You should embrace that. I've been doing this. You should do this too. Next time you're at a bar or you're just out walking around and somebody goes, hey man, just go, nope.
Exactly.
No, I'm all friended up. And they'll be like, I just want to know what time it is, and be like, I only tell my friends what time it is.
Period.
Thank you guys very much. You're a lot of fun.
Hey, man. I like him. I have never really sat and listened to any Tom Segura jokes. He's a man after my own heart because I tend to think that lots of people are stupid. I'm sorry. I tend to think that. One of the things that I see happen every single day is people, I'm going to tell y'all a little something about me real quick. I back in every parking space that I go to. I back in everywhere so that, because I drive big pickup trucks. And so I can see easily when I pull out. If I had to back out, I have to wait for the whole back of my car to get out before I can see. So I back in, so that I can pull out. I see people every day. Now that doesn't make me smarter than everybody. What makes everybody else stupid that I see is that I see people backing out without looking. How do you feel comfortable enough to just put the car in reverse and back out like this and without turning around looking? There's even backup cameras now that see to the side. I tend to think that a lot of people are just not smart. I don't know. That's just how I think. Maybe that sounds insensitive, but I think that, especially when I see people backing up. So if that's the case, then I know every family has at least one stupid person, and I agree with Tom Segura. Guys, like, share, comment, and subscribe, man. Kaliko on YouTube. See you, bye.